self-realization and is called a yogi. When he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization, such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it is realization, cube, stones, or gold, as the same.
ज्ञान विज्ञान तृप्तात्मा कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः.
A person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest, well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral meditator, the
Mediators.
mediators, the envious friends and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with an equal mind.
सुहृन्मित्रार्युदासीन मध्यस्तद्वेष्य बन्धुषु साधुष्वपि च पापेषु समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते.
A person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, and neutral meditators, the envious friends and enemies, the pious and
The
the
pious.
sinners, the pious and sinners, all with an equal mind.
योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा निराशीरपरिग्रहः.
A transcendentalist should always engage his body, mind, and self in relationship with Supreme. He should live alone in
Secluded.
secluded place and should always carefully control his mind. He should be free from desires and feelings of
Possessiveness.
possessiveness.
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं चैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम् तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये.
To practice yoga, one should go to secluded place and should
Secluded place.
secluded place and should lay kusa grass on ground and then cover it with deer skin and soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in squared place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, sense, and activities and fixing the mind on one point.
I'll do the translation after this, Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji.
समं कायशिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभीः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्तः युक्त आसीत मत्परः. One should hold one's body, neck and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. Thus, with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me within the heart, and make me the ultimate goal of life. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamaanasaha shantim nirvana paramam mat samsthamadhigacchati. Thus, practicing constant control of the body, mind, and activities, the mystic transcendentalist, his mind regulated, attains to the kingdom of God or the abode of Krishna by the cessation of material existence. Natyashnatastu yogosti na chaikantamanashnataha na chati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. There is no possibility of one's becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. Yuktahara viharasya yuktacheshtasya karmasu yuktasvapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. Yada viniyatam chittam atmanyevavatisthate nispruhas sarvakamebhyah yukta ityuchyate tada. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga. Yatha deepo nivatasthaha nengate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha. As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self. Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati sukhamatyantikam yattat buddhigrahyamatīndriyam vetti yatra na chaivayam sthitaschalati tattvataha. Yam labdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tataha yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyoga yoga sanhitam sanishchayena yoktavyah yogo nirvinna chetasa. In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by the practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. I think I lost it. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman yaktva sarvana shirshataha manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantataha. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith and not be deviated from the path. One should abandon, without exception, all material desires born of mental speculation and thus control all the senses on all sides of the mind. शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्. Gradually, step by step, one should become situated in trance by means of intelligence sustained by full conviction, and thus the mind should be fixed on the self alone and should think of nothing else. Yato yato nishcharati manashchanchalamasthiram tatastato niyamyaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under control of the self. Prashantamanasam yenam yoginam sukhamuttamam upaiti shantarajasam brahmabhutamakalmasham. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions to past deeds. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukhamashnute. Thus, the self-controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Sarvabhutasthamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Sarvabhutassthitam yo mam bhajatyekatvamasthitah sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo mataha. He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true quality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress, O Arjuna. Arjuna uvacha yoyam yogastvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatva sthitim sthiram. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna brahmathi balavadhridham tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. And to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Manodurnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihyate. Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. Asayyatatmana yogaha dushprapa iti me matihi vashyatmana tu yatata shakyo vaptumupayataha. For one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is my opinion. Arjuna uvacha ayate shraddhayopetaha yoga chalita manasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim Krishna gacchati. Arjuna said, O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist? Who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and does not attain perfection in mysticism. Kachinno bhaya vibhrashtaha chinna bhramiva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmanah pathi. O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Etan me samshayam Krishna chetumarhasya sheshatah twadanyas samshayasyasya chettanayupapadyate. This is my doubt, O Krishna, and I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is found who can destroy this doubt. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Parthanaiveha mutra vinashastasya vidyate nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. Prapya punya krutam lokan ushitva shashvati samaha shuchinam shrimatam gehe yoga bhrashto bhijayate. The unsuccessful yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Athava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam etathi dullabhataram loke janmayadidrisham. Or, if unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, he takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. Tatratam buddhi sanyogam labhate parvadehikam yatate chatato bhuyah samsiddhau kuru nandana. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life and again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success, O son of Kuru. Purvabhyasena tenaiva hriyate yavashopi saha jignasurapi yogasya shabda brahmati vartate. By virtue of divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles, even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist stands always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. Prayatnadyatamaanastu yogi samshuddha kilbishah aneka janma samsiddhah tato yati param gatim. And when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contamination, then ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. Tapasvibhyodhiko yogi jnanibhyopi matodhikaha karmibhyaschadhiko yogi tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Atma Sanyama Yogo Nama Shashthodhyayah. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
So, should we do prayers, Kirtan? Or,
Yes.
or Prabhuji has come, so will he take the class or what? You have to tell me.
We can do Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we'll do some kirtan. Prabhuji, your voice is not coming.
Hare Krishna Sharada Mataji. Very good chanting.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
You chanted today also something, one chapter?
I didn't do for Ekadashi. No, I did not chant.
Oh, okay. No problem, no problem. Every Ekadashi it is a cycle, okay?
Okay.
You know there is a Mataji called Shivani or Shobha. They coordinate. Just let them know, okay?
Okay, sure.
Okay, nice. You're good chanting. You practiced it. It's not easy to suddenly do. Anna?
Yeah.
Take a Kundan Prabhuji also. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please make Narsimha Murthy Prabhu as
I'll
a
do.
co-host.
Mataji, who is there in admin, please tell them the messages have not gone to the people for classes. Lot of messages are coming. Is class there or not? See, they can repeat the class. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Devika Mata has already put in the group that
That's
tomorrow
not,
Rashmi Mataji is going to take the class.
that is different, but today's class.
Today's class, okay.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Today's class, let them put a reminder. Class has already started. Correct? That they do.
Yeah.
That will be useful. Okay. Okay. There's some confusion came because of tomorrow's. Let they be then the class has already started. See, people are asking me today's class link, please send again and again. Who is the person who sends class link? Why is this confusion?
Prabhuji, can you make Narsimha Murthy
I'll do
and
that.
Kundan?
That I'll do later. First, there is a confusion here.
Okay.
Okay, now they started it. Okay, just take care of this. Narsiva Murthy will be there today. Hare Krishna Narsiva Murthy. Oh, can switch on the video. It is easy for me. Narsimha. Narsimha Murthy. Okay. Take care. Then who else is there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Who's the other person who to be co-host?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I am there. Kundan.
You are there. You are already I put. Then?
Yes, Prabhu. I think that's all. We already have 3 co-hosts.
Kundanji, Narsimha Murthy ji, Sharda. Okay, that's
Sarada
it.
Mata.
Yes, Sharda
Prabhu.
Mata ji. Anybody else is there? Co-host? Okay. Chalo, let me start the kirtan now for some time. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Kaurava Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashakani Shatani Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Nadana Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Welcome.
Please make Uma Mataji also co-host.
Yes, okay. Where is Uma?
Uma
Uma,
Mata, please raise your hand.
Uma. Here I found it. Uma Purama Shetty. Okay, chalo. So full team is ready. Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody. So today is Ekadashi also, and we're entering a very important chapter, the sixth chapter of Ashtanga Yoga. So many revolutionary concept will come. We are in a temple now, so you can hear all these sounds. Just let me check everything is fine at the back end. Yes. If you're finding that we see some Zoom bombers around, so if you find somebody writes to you some message, anybody, please report to us. Nobody in the group is allowed to send personal message and disturb anybody. We take very strict action. Please feel free, just report to us. The snap, we will take action. Okay, otherwise it has been wonderful. Because we are dealing with thousands of people now, 75,000 people. This is going to be, such people sometimes come. Overall, everybody is a wonderful devotee, and I'm also very happy in association of devotees to discuss Bhagavad Gita. Okay. (7:12), I should finish before 8 in this presentation. Then 8 o'clock, I'll start techniques of mind control. And 8:30, I'll have question answers. By, I think, 9:10, I will leave. Today I have to leave little early, not till 9:30, because I have another class at 9 o'clock. Dhyana Yoga, chapter 6. Now, when you see this kind of austerities now being done in the name of Dhyana Yoga, really question comes, have you forgotten even the soul of yoga? What is yoga? What the yoga is meant for? Do we know that really? You see this? This is what is all this in the name of yoga? You say beer exercise. Why do you say beer yoga? What is this? Do they even have an idea what is yoga? Around the world, we celebrate Yoga Day. Do we know what are we trying to celebrate? What is yoga actually? Is it just some set of exercises? Okay? Even they do meditation sometimes. On what they're meditating? Many people say I'm meditating. I ask them, what are you meditating? They don't know, surprisingly. They say eating. I say, what are you eating? You should not know what you're eating. You are eating rasgulla, gulab jamun. You should not know what you're eating. No, I'm eating. Not only eating is important, what are you eating is also important. This has become this is office yoga. Can you see the kind of thing, yoga on a chair yoga? What you cannot find on it, desktop yoga, office yoga, tennis yoga. What is yoga itself is lost. Yoga means actually connection to the Lord. And viyoga means subtraction. Admins, my voice is clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Thank you. So yoga means connection to the Lord. It should be very clear why there is vagueness or confusion in this area. Yoga doesn't mean anything else. How do we connect to the Lord? That is yoga. So these are all exercises, various sets of exercises, that's all. People have actually forgotten what is the meaning of yoga. So where does this asana come? It does come. What is the part of Ashtanga Yoga? Not one part. Mostly now spiritual organizations mean they will take one or two asanas, one or two pranayama exercises. They will not even teach you the other 6 parts. And then it just, I don't know what to say for that. No idea what is spiritual life, where are you going, what is samadhi, nothing. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, no idea. In Bhagavad Gita, all the 8 streets are mentioned in the 6th chapter in brief. First thing it talks about Yama, and it says, Shaucha deshe ekagra. You should go alone in a holy place. It is not advised to be done in a sofa-setted house within the family. Ashtanga Yoga is done in the forest, where a person tries to take darshan of the Paramatma sitting in his heart. If an Ashtanga Yogi has no plan to take darshan of Paramatma in his heart, he's simply wasting his time. Just bogus. He doesn't even know what is he doing. And today that is the picture. Bhagavad Gita minus Krishna, yoga minus Krishna, kill Krishna, and then like Kamsa, Shishupal, they take great pleasure in removing Krishna from Gita or removing Krishna in their yoga. They great pleasure. Temperate habits are eating, sleeping, working, niyama. And are you ready to do all this? You have to live on the leaves, on the roots. And there will be rain there, there will be snakes there, there will be tigers there. It's not going to be easy. Then asana, sit on a kusha grass, neither too high, neither too low. Are you ready for that? Pranayama, this is what they like, 1 or 2 exercises of pranayama. Then pratyahara, then you have to withdraw yourself from all the sense enjoyment outside. Dharana, discipline the mental activities. Then dhyana, build the mind fixed, just like a lamp in a wilderness place does not waver. The same way, we don't waver from the lotus feet of the Lord. And finally, samadhi. The mind is totally fixed and get the darshan of the Lord. So are you willing to give the yoga system a try? Now just meditate on Arjuna. Arjuna was a very dear disciple of Dronacharya. This is from his childhood, An eagle was to be shot. Dronacharya asked him, what do you see? I only see the eye of the eagle. I told you, I think this is 2nd chapter. Once even Dronacharya created a Brahma of a crocodile, and it was Arjuna who jumped in to save the Guru immediately. He was so dear to Dronacharya. Had a great level of concentration. That is why he could even win the Swayamvara. And the gift of the Duryodhana, actually it's not that you can do harm to anybody. Actually, he was Duryodhana. When you try to cheat a saintly person, actually you are cheated. But anyway, because Krishna is always protecting his devotees. And here you see they had Vanavas, the 5 of them. So they know how to live in Vana. Gurukul was in Vana. Later they had Vana. So they know how to live in a Vana. So living in Vana was not an issue for Arjuna. And Arjuna even satisfied Lord Shiva with his fighting skills. So that is also very clear. So he's not an ordinary person. And Lord Shiva created a fight with him for a boar and just testing his fighting skills, and then with great pleasure gifted his own Pashupati Astra. He's also eternal asset of Krishna as Narayan Rishi. He's not an ordinary person at all. But presenting himself as one of us, what does he say? Krishna, I cannot do this. Chanchala hi mana Krishna, pramati balava dhridam, tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudaskaram. So Acharya Prabhupada says, if Prabhupada rejects this kind of yoga system, we should not even think about it. But today, if you see 90% people with the spiritual life, don't they read Bhagavad Gita or what? I just don't understand. Or whose are their teachers? They don't read Bhagavad Gita or what? Why do they recommend system which even Arjuna said it is impossible for him? Have you become greater than Arjuna? Such a great personality. He is saying, Chanchalai Mana Krishna. Krishna, I can't do this. My mind is very restless and turbulent. And obstinate, very strong. Oh, Krishna, I have to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Maybe I can control the wind. My God, mind, he says, just fix on me. I can't do this. Then Krishna says, no, Arjuna, if you do by prayasa, abhyasa, and vairagya, gradually you can bring it under control. Says Krishna, tell you one thing. You are asking me to practice this yoga. What if I fail? Tell me anyway, in general, if somebody is practicing any yoga system and he fails, he is not able to achieve the ultimate destination, darshan of the Lord, pure devotion to the Lord, then what is his destination? So Krishna says, I give 2 kinds of supplies. Like in college, they have 2 kinds of supplementaries. One kind of supply is that if you have advanced too much and your little perfection was needed, because you cannot enter spiritual world unless you are 100% perfect. What do I do? 90% suppose he reached. So I immediately give you a birth in a life of very advanced devotees. What do I do? In a birth of very advanced devotees, I give you birth so that you can quickly complete the remaining 10%. But unless you are 100% perfect, you cannot enter the spiritual world because you'll create disturbance there. Will you allow any disturbing person to come inside your house? Why? It'll disturb your whole family. But if you have achieved, say, little success only, but you are distracted by material enjoyment, then I do one thing for you. I take you to heaven for some time. So you fulfill your material desires, come back on earth, and you're born in a pious family or in a family of rich aristocracy. So never a yoga system is going to a failure. But it is better to go for 6.42, or even better, directly go complete the perfection and go back to the spiritual world. Because next life we do not know. Even if we get an opportunity, do we take or not? With so many people born in the family of pure people, but they become totally spoiled. We can misuse your freedom. So therefore, Acharyas guide us. Don't take a chance, even though we have 2 kinds of supplies from 6.42 and 6.41. But don't take this, supplementary examination. Rather, I hope all of you understand supplementary. Rather, pass the examination and go back to Krishna's lotus feet. So then question comes that who is the greatest yogi? Now in these chapters we have discussed in 3rd chapter Karma Yoga, 3rd and 5th chapter, that 4th chapter for Jnana Yoga, the 6th chapter discussed very brief Ashtanga Yoga. Among all the yogas, which is the better yoga? Krishna says none of them. The best yoga is Bhakti Yoga. How does he say that? This is a shloka Krishna says. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate antaratmana shaddavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. So why does Krishna say that? Okay. Why does he say this shloka? Let us understand. What is the meaning of the shloka? First, yoginam api sarvesham. Among all the yogis, madgate antaratmana, somebody who surrenders to me becomes a great devotee, is the greatest. Shaddavan bhajate yomam, he worship me great devotion. Same Yukta Tamo Mata. In my opinion, he is the greatest. But what is, therefore, let us understand. See, there is Karma Yoga, there is Jnana Yoga, there is Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Let us understand. Karma Bhoga is the lowest among all the yogas. Karma Bhoga is not a yoga. Karma Bhoga means he is doing his activities and enjoying the fruits. Karmis. That is almost an animal working and enjoying the fruits. There is nothing in spirituality in him. Spirituality starts when he starts connecting to the Lord. And how do they connect? Something is sacrifices for the glorification of God. Either it's time, prana, artha, dhiya, vacha. 4 ways you can serve the Lord. You can give your life, you can give your money, you can give your intelligence, you can give your words. The 4 ways, just like so many admins are helping us. So even though they are also busy in various activities, they are sacrificing some of their time so that they can help this whole program go on. Then Karma Yoga leads to Jnana Yoga. In Jnana Yoga, what happened? The next step. So Karma Yoga means better than Karma Bhoga. Karma Bhoga, I'm working and I'm enjoying the fruits. But Karma Yoga, I'm not doing that. I'm offering to the Lord. Better. Jnana Yoga is still better because his mind become purified by sacrifice of Karma Yoga. He start thinking about Lord. What is Lord? How do I worship him? And when Jnana Yogi concludes God is there, he sits for meditation. And when he sees the Lord in Ashtanga Yoga has only one purpose, to see the Lord face to face. When he sees the Lord face to face, he becomes a great devotee, that is Bhakti Yoga. So yogas ultimately conclude in Bhakti Yoga. Because yoga means linking with the Lord, and obviously common sense, Bhakti Yoga is the greatest link. Now, if you go reverse, you can understand it this way. When a person has strong desire to enjoy fruits of his activities, he is not on the platform of Bhakti Yoga, that is Karma Yogi. When a yogi has a tendency to speculate and imagine, he is not a Bhakti Yogi, he becomes a Jnana Yogi. When a yogi has a distraction towards siddhis and some artificial respect society because of a tapasya, is no longer Bhakti Yoga, it's Ashtanga Yoga. Yoga actually means Bhakti Yoga. But because of respective contamination, it is known by that. Otherwise, person should just climb the step, tuck, 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 and reach Bhakti Yoga. Okay? So therefore, we have a choice to a small presentation on yoga. Therefore, this is actually a very clear from the Shastra. Which yoga to be done when? Most of the people today are attracted to, let us be truthful, most of the people today are attracted to Ashtanga Yoga. Yes, even Government of India Yoga Day means Ashtanga Yoga. Some asanas, pranayama. Even you type on the net, yoga means Ashtanga Yoga. But actually, let us see what the Shastra says. Sometimes you may be surprised, but why you blame me? Because without reading Gita, if you do something, then somebody teaches what is in Gita. That's your problem. Suppose you don't read medical books and practice medicine. Somebody is reading medical books and you're getting shocked. What can be done? You should have read the books before practice. So we're all practicing something spiritual life without even reading the ABCD book, that is Bhagavad Gita. So if something is surprising, what can be done? Say you go to a medical shop and you say that green bottle I like. What the doctor will pray, the pharmacist will say, see, where is the prescription? Similarly, this very clearly explained in the Bhagavatam, Krite Adhyayata Vishnu, Tretayam Jittomakhai, Dwapare Parichaya, Kalodadhari Kirtana. Satyuga, we are supposed to do meditation. In Tretayuga is Yagnas. In Dwapara is Archana. In Kalyuga is Hari Kirtana. Where is it in Kalyuga meditation? It's not there. Let us understand then why it is recommended like that. Because instruction of the Shastra are not whimsical, they are logical. See, Satyuga meditation is difficult because physically and mentally we are not ready for this level of austerities. Today is Ekadashi. How many of us are even able to do Nirjal fast? So difficult. And I be in a temple, half day we don't eat. By afternoon, I'm totally exhausted. We take fruits after that. Till half day, we don't take anything. So difficult it is to just manage it. That is Satyuga. And Satyuga, imagine living with just roots and leaves in a forest. It's going to be very difficult. Tretyuga is elaborate yagnas. Yagna requires so much ghee. Where is that ghee? On top of it, we need priests who can chant the mantras properly with proper consciousness. Impossible to get. Dwaparuga is archana. So elaborate where we can do. True, we can do some meditation, some yagna, some archana. We also do in ISKCON. We're building a temple, we're running a temple. But it is based on the nama. You could hear in the background when Aarti was going on, Kirtan goes on. Foundation for Kali Yuga is the nama. Main thing is nama. Based on nama, some little archana, yagna you can do, but foundation of nama cannot be forgotten. Kalau thadari kirtana. Kali Yuga, the process for self-realization recommended is Harinama. Where it is recommended, I'll show you. The process of, therefore, the Harinama works like a lift. And this gradual process of karma, jnana, yoga will work like a Ashtanga, work like a staircase. And the chanting of the name of the Lord acts as mantra. Mantra means mind, tra means it delivers. And what we recommend is chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, which can be chanted as a japa, and also can be chanted as kirtana. Okay. Now let us see in the scriptures it is recommended. Yes. Kalaut nama matarena pujate Bhagwan Hari. Narayana Samhita quoted by Madhvacharya. It says in Dwapar Yuga we could do Pancharatra, elaborate archanas, but Kali Yuga is Nama Sankirtana. By that we can worship Hari. This is from Narayana Samhita. In the age of Kali, people should simply chant the holy name of personality of God. This is Kali Santarana Upanishad, very famous quote. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashaka Namana, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Nataha Paratara Upaya, Sarvedesha Deshate. If I see all the Vedas, I do not find any process self-realization as good as chanting of the holy name of the Lord. And what is the mantra? Shodashakam, these 16 names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Shodashakam. Kali Kalmashanashram, they destroy all the bad effect of Kali Yuga. You can see that? Iti Shodashaka Nam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Nataha Paratara Upaya. There is no better way. Sarvedeshu Deshate. This is from another one. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalau nasti eva, nasti eva, nasti eva gatiranita. Only Harinama, only Harinama, only Harinama is the way. In Kali Yuga, there is no other way, no other way, no other way. In this age of corona hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord, chanting holy name of the Lord, chanting holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. 3 times only do this, 3 times don't do anything else. Brahadnarida Purana 3.8.126. So why try something which is not recommended and said don't even try? This is from Bhagavatam again. Kalir dosh nide rajan. Kaluga is the ocean of fault. Asti hi ek mahan guna. But there is one great quality in Kaluga. What is that? Kirtana eva Krishna. So just by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Mukta Sangha Paramajet, we become liberated and achieve the supreme destination. Kali Yuga is full of fault, but there is still one good quality about it. It is that was simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage, promoted to the transcendental kingdam. Yagna Nam Japa Yognesi, of sacrifice, I am the chanting of the holy name Japa. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti, Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakala, Eta Dishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi, Durday Vidashami Hajaninanuraga. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. In the holy names of the Lord is all the potency of the Lord. Tatrar Pita Niyamita Smarane Nakala. In chanting the holy name of the Lord, there is no time, no rule. Etadishi Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi. My Lord, you are so merciful. Durdev Vidashami Hajaninanuraga. But so unfortunate, I have no taste for chanting holy names. The do's of chanting, very simple, is to chant the Panchattva mantra before chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. You can all, those who are chanting already or those who begin to chant, you can take snap of this. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda. We chant the Hare Krishna mantra after taking blessings of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we continue. Chant audibly, loud enough to hear the mantra. Pronounce each name distinctly. Chant with respect, devotion, and concentration. You can chant in any place, sitting, walking, facing any direction. Chant at any time. You can chant either before or after taking a bath. Recommended to chant by keeping count. It's very important. See, these things, anytime you can chant. One morning is always good. You can take chanting before, after, but always better to take chanting after taking bath. You feel fresh. Keep a count. Many people don't understand this point. The stage we are in now, every mala, when you're chanting, one by one you move. That's the stage we are. Your concentration is there, so it will move next. Other you'll be thinking all around the world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That will build our concentration. It will not take away your concentration. Also, it will build discipline. Other chant for 30 seconds, you say, I'm chanting whole day. It's going in the mind. It's not the reality. Let us obey what Acharyas say. Chant audibly, attentively. And don'ts of chanting, don't chant only a portion of the Maha Mantra. Don't chant while distracted into reading books or other things. Benefits of chanting, freedom from reaction of sin, and freedom from all unwanted habits, freedom from all anxiety and stress, peace of mind, happiness, enlightenment. What people say about chanting Hare Krishna. This is George Harrison, the Beatles group. He says, really a process of having realization of God. 1960s, 70s, he was very popular. He is one of the youngest directors of 3M, another billion-dollar company. He said, everything started happening to me when I began chanting Hare Krishna. He is Alfred Bushford, now taken an initiation. His name is Ambarish Das. You can see he and his wife. He has very liberally donated to ISKCON. Chanting Hare Krishna has made tremendous impact in my life. Albert Bushford. And here is, I've been chanting Hare Krishna many years and never found anything more pleasurable. This is another industrialist from India. Just to give you some examples as a role models, they're all successful personalities in their field, but they are saying chanting is so sweet. This is Mafat Lal. Chanting makes it take care of life's ups and downs. Mafat Lal. This is, can imagine a interesting thing. She was in the, one of the top model of Europe. It was in all the newspapers and magazines when she became a devotee. Look at it. Just see hair and right side, she wearing a sari, having a chapa bag on her shoulder and chanting Hare Krishna with devotees. Chanting helped me give a bad habit. It changed my vision of things. This is another model. Look at her. How nicely she is dressed now with dhoti. But starting to chant Hare Krishna, I feel tremendous happiness. This is a Navy officer. He said, so wonderful. My life is a lot more brighter. This is a Italy top furniture designer. Look at it. When I was working in Bangalore, I used to drove from Rajajinagar to, Koramangala to Rajajinagar, from Infosys to the temple. And on the way, I should sit in a bus. Those days buses are not so crowded. Bangalore was not so crowded, 92. And still in the bus, I did not have a courage to pick out my japa bag and chant in public. It's not easy, but you see that it's peacefully. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You find some area where there is not much crowded, so you can take out a beat back, simply walking. Everybody loves to walk. Exercise nowadays, they're more concerned with the body than the soul. Then why you have to jump like a monkey on the road? Why don't you chant? Walk and chant. Walking is the best exercise. Walk for half an hour and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna. So both happen. Your bodily exercise also, spiritual exercise also. Chanting makes you feel close to God. This is a psychiatrist, actually. He came to study the effect of Mahamantra, and he wrote a PhD paper, and you can access his PhD. Mahamantra significantly reduces stress, depression, mode of ignorance, and considerably increases mode of goodness. This is David Wolf. When I'm stressed out, I chant. It is one thing which charges my batteries. It clears the mind and brings me back in focus. Take it. When I'm nervous, I find chanting very calming. I don't get shaken up at little things. So chanting Hare Krishna, reading authorized books of Krishna consciousness brought me great peace. Ramesh Lal, Toronto, SPA. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I finished one part of today's presentation. And the second part was people have been waiting when I will start techniques of mind control. So I start away. Today I will do the first few techniques of physical techniques, more detailed. Maybe you should have separate course itself then. This itself with a workshop, 27 techniques, but I'll just take the physical techniques today, maybe tomorrow mental technique, then spiritual. Let us start. That's not needed. So I'm dividing you into three parts. Anybody, that's the soul, mind, and body. Soul is Sachidananda. It is totally spiritual. The mind is made of, the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. And the gross body is made up of earth, water, and fire. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. The physical body, mental body, spiritual body. The physical body, what do we understand it as? What do people do generally? Yogasanas, pranayamas, kriyas, and sitting posture. These are general popular physical methods for some kind of peace. They do give you some peace, I don't deny that, but the effect will not be very lasting. Just like something is, you are withdrawing from foolish activity. That's what people do, some kind of meditation. You're withdrawing from foolish activity, but they don't think about God. Just hold their mind, try to free their mind from any desires. That's what I think people do mostly meditation. That will give you a temporary benefit because at least sometime you're not doing anything nonsense. But there is nothing positive about it. It will last for a few minutes and the effect will fizzle out. I'm giving you something which will be more lasting and more practical and easy. First thing I'm saying, come to your dining table, your bed. First thing, early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, wise. Organize yourself. Nobody has a work to sit till 4 o'clock in the morning, except in emergency. Organize yourself, sleep by 10 o'clock. Don't make it more than that. It's always possible. You have to anyway sleep 6 hours. Why don't you sleep early? When you get up early, your mind is very fresh. You do things very fast. Late night, when you sometimes, in emergency, we keep working late night, but then the work becomes very slow and the brain doesn't work. You need to keep yourself awake and artificially. Okay? So early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, wise. It's a definite statement. In fact, sometimes I travel in buses in early morning. I see they don't even put full film song. They don't do that. They put some bhajans. The atmosphere is so beautiful. Okay. Next, food. Food is the mode of goodness, increase the duration of life, purify one existence, gives strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. The food is the mode of goodness. The food is, so that's the kind of food you should have, sattvic ahar. That what you are, what you eat. Somebody is telling me, how does it matter? It matters. Now, I can eat any kind of food and think spiritually. It's not sentimental thoughts. These are all realization. And realization will not come unless you follow some rules and regulations. Your doubts will remain. What you can realize, these are not some gross things which you can so easily see. When the heart is pure only, the joy of service to the Lord will manifest. But you can't even control your eating and you want to advance the spiritual life. Today they read no yukta ahara viharasya. If you are not temperate in your habits of eating, sleeping, what spiritual life you will have? Easy thing to do. Buy an alarm clock, set your sleeping pattern correct. Then for that, practically everybody has to work. Nowadays, the sleeping time is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because they don't value spiritual life. Now, many people are talking about living a natural life now. They want organic food. Why don't have natural sleeping? What do you mean? See, previously there was no light. There was no light, say 100 years ago. What was the time people asleep? Recently, one sannyasi I met, he's in his sannyasi. At his ashram, he switched off the power, disconnected the power. So I asked him, what is the result? Is the result if they all sleep at 7 o'clock? So what they will do? They have no mobile, they have no power. They sleep at 7, they are down, third. They're down. How long they'll keep awake? And they get up at 2, 3 o'clock, they're awake. Fresh in the morning, they're awake. So if you want to live a natural life, just see what your grandparents are doing. I remember previously everybody used to be up at 3, 4 o'clock and then take bath, freshen up, and they will engage in some spiritual activity. The time is such. They're chanting name of the Lord, they're reading about the Lord is so powerful. But that time we begin sleeping. Now, that's strange, no? So we just take care. We can, very easy area to work. To control the mind is so difficult, but this is not very difficult. In IT culture today, that has been that pattern. No. So try to change. In colleges, that was same pattern. For me, the first change occurs for that. I used to get a very early morning in my college and then see the sunrise. I was breathing fresh air. So much happy I used to feel. So try some new life. Try to see sunrise, which you not have seen for a long time. And then number one. Number two, food. Take care of the food, which is also very easy thing. To control mind is very difficult. Food you can do, something. You are what you eat. So eat very sattvic food, and then eat in moderate quantity. Don't overeat. Because it will have tremendous impact on you. Food that are sweet, juicy, fattening, and palatable. Avoid which is too bitter, too sour. The chaat masala, all these things, the bakery items, strong sugar and all that. It's not good for health. Therefore, why is it all near all colleges and schools? Fast food is banned. Even Ayurveda says maida is a poison for the body. Eat sattvic ahar. Okay, sometime in emergency, sometime in a here and there, festively, but not a daily routine. Then this is mode of passion because it is bitter to sour. Such food cause pain, distress, and disease. Then tamasic food. Food cooked more than 3 hours before being eaten. Wow. Stinking, bad smell is. Why you're eating it? So avoid. Right? Avoid. Why don't you have fresh food? Organize yourself. You can always have fresh food. Tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed, and unclean is food liked by people in the mode of ignorance. Eat sattvic food. Here it is. How wonderful it is, how pleasant it is. Now, after this, you say you need some rasic, tamasic food. Okay, better, bigger plate I have. Then after this also you need, there is like, you cannot eat this much. You say, yeah, give me some portion of this much I cannot eat. So many varieties of sattvic food are possible. Why you have to take up rasic and tamasic food? Urgency to importance. Okay, first thing, sleep pattern and your food pattern. Now, urgency to important. Okay. Certain things in the life are important and urgent. Certain things are urgent and not important. Certain things are not urgent and not important. Certain things are important and not urgent. Okay. Where this should go? Daily study. You like to put in crisis area in the quadrant here. But actually, where it should go, this should go here. Okay, I wish I can't see it like that. It should go here. Not important, urgent, because not a crisis. Smoking, not urgent and not important. Exams, urgent and important. Small exercise, interruptions, urgent and not important. Somebody calls you now, the class is going on, urgent and not important. Okay. And then daily study, room cleaning, important, not urgent. Okay. So this is crisis, this is interruption, this is waste, and this is empowerment. Among all the quadrants, the most important is important and not urgent. Let me explain this. This slide is very, very nice. You can, if you want, take a snap of this. If you're always in quadrant 1, it means something. That means you're a procrastinator. How do you always end up in this quadrant? Correct? Won't that be a question? How do you always end up here? Why always you're in crisis? That's called a crisis manager. He doesn't work unless crisis is there. Stress and anxiety, burnout, mediocre performance. Try not to be here. Some people are always in quadrant 3. They are easily interrupted, called yes man. They are like a doormat for others to wipe their feet. They can't say no. Suppose you are sitting now reading Bhagavad Gita. Hey, chal movie chalta hai kya? Haan, chalta hai. Why you to please everybody in the world? You can politely say, I'm attending some important class. I'll talk to you tomorrow. What is there? Lack of discipline, reputation being a pleaser, and feeling like a doormat for others to wipe their feet. Don't be yes man. Slacker, this is worst. He's addicted to vices, always guilty. At the heart, he's guilty. Lack of responsibility. Can't constructively spend 5 minutes for any work unless forced to do so. Leave him alone, he goes back to his vices. So this is very unfortunately the situation of many youth today. And the moment they are free from this, generally students don't study. They are here or here. Lucky if they are here. This is generally the pattern now. Intoxication, womanizing. These are all part of the life today. And they are stuck here, stuck here, stuck here. And the last minute, when the anxiety increases so much, they rush. And they rush to this because, it's night 12 o'clock now. Tomorrow morning is the final examination. If I fail, it will all be over. The rush in fear and anxiety. And somehow try to stress and anxiety. If they pass, also performance is mediocre. The moment the exam is over, back here to their addictions or here. Here means just gossip all night. Array, my father is like that, my uncle is like that, cricket is like that, politics is like that. Whole spend night gossiping, just like crows get together, caw, uselessly waste time. And then get late, finish time, waste time, and then rush here at the last minute. But actually, if you want to do something in life, the moment you finish here, you have to come here. Because here, everything here is not important below this. So why you do something which is not important for me your life? It is only because of weakness of mind. Otherwise, moment you finish this, you should come here. Full control of life, balance, and high performance. And actually, this will not even come. If you are well read, you studied it before your exams, then why you have quadrant one? You'll always say, okay? I hope this was useful for you. It's a very beautiful point. Then liquid beauty, the another one. This I find this problem very common in colleges. The boys attracted to girls, girls attracted to boys. So much time is wasted. Depends. Some people are strong, but many people get agitated and mentally disturbed. There's a teenage age, the desire develops for opposite sex, and because they know proper training in brahmacharya, how to control their mind and control the sex desire, they become very agitated. So there's some nice story to control the mind. Once what happened, one prince was chasing a beautiful girl. Please marry me, please marry me. Her father, mother had just died. There was nobody to take care of her. She was also feeling very unprotected. And this kind of a demon, he was like very bad person. And every day pestering her. You marry me, no? She was saying, okay, can't say no. No may become violent. What to do? She was thinking, Krishna, give me some idea. Suddenly she got an idea. She said, 21 days, I have some work to do. Please don't come to disturb me. 21 days later, I'll marry you. Is that fine? I was saying, only 21 days, huh? That's all you want? That's all I want. Please, don't disturb me 21. If you do that, I'll not marry you. Okay, that's all. I'll not disturb you 21 days. I'm not going to come here at all. He goes away. And, he's dancing, pyar ho gaya, mohabbat, mera pyar sacha hai. All the nonsense started. And he's dancing with all the film songs, equally fools, and he's another fool. And she's sitting there and she starts her job. 21 days she does not eat. Now you cannot live without eating 21 days. So in between, intermittently, she eats something. Moment she eats something, she takes after some time laxatives and purgatives. To puke it, purgatives means puke, laxative means lose motion. So she loses, say, 15 kilo weight. So 55 kilo girl, I'm just estimating, she goes 40 kilo. All veins are out, face becomes black. You can see her face now. And he comes after 21 days, he can't recognize that girl. And he says, where is that girl? No, we are getting married. No, where is the chariot? Not you, not you. Where is that girl which I talked to? And she agreed to my proposal. Where is that girl? No, see, I'm the same girl. Yeah, you're so ugly. She was a beautiful girl. Are, I'm the same girl. No, you look similar. Maybe you're a sister. Where is that girl? Are, I'm the same girl. But I have separated my beauty. What? So, come. She takes him, separated beauty. Separated beauty. Is just wondering. She throws the two pots. In one, she had kept all the vomit, another loose motion. Say, go, take, enjoy. समझ आया? नहीं इतना जल्दी सर इस उम्र में समझाते हैं. This is the age to enjoy. So I'll show you something more, and when I show this, I have to be careful. These are all,